Well, good evening, friends. Welcome back to the Castro Valley News live show. I apologize, I seem to be tardy every week. I'm kind of getting the ropes with the new live stream things that Facebook seems to throw out every week. They seem to update the live stream interface every week. So we should just jump right into the roll call because people are already um, posting good evening. Good evening to Maggie. Maggie's the first. Maggie's the first in the roll call. Good evening, Maggie. Good evening to Dennis. Greetings back at you, Dennis. Welcome to the show. Hey, Dustin. Good evening to you, sir. I hope you're doing well. Bob is in the house. Welcome, Bob. Hope you're doing well. Maggie is tagging Chris. Thank you for tagging Chris. I appreciate it. Maggie is tagging Maria. Maggie is tagging Vera, Liz, Angelica, Maggie, you, the check is in the mail for all the wonderful promotion that you do for the show. We appreciate it. You're awesome. If you're not familiar with the show, Maggie's also tagging Marlon. Thank you, Maggie. You are awesome. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get that. I want to make sure the microphone is at the appropriate distance and at the appropriate angle. Good evening to Denise. Hope you are doing well. If you're Maggie is also tagging Satinder, and Satinder owns Roman. I think I mentioned this last week. If your taste buds are looking to wander, check out Aroma Cuisine in the Village. Great food, great people. I don't know what else to say. Great food, great people, great location. They're right under the clock tower, where Primrose Bakery used to be. That was a great bakery back in the day. Maggie is tagging also Olga and Tina and Awa. Thank you, Maggie. You are awesome, and I appreciate your support. If you are new to the show, we do this every Tuesday at 7 p.m. where we meet and we do. I'm sorry, my name is Roberto. My name is Roberto, and we do this live thing every Tuesday at 7. We started doing audio only. We had a cover over the screen of the camera, and we kind of graduated from that and added video. And the show is kind of a cool way for us to all people who are tuning into the show. Let's see. Bob says last Friday, Castro Valley 22, Piedmont 12 by this week, home to Kennedy on October 1st. I'm assuming that's baseball. And the A's are 1, Seattle 0, top of the second, and that is Bob from the news desk. Thank you for all you do to enhance this show, Bob. You are awesome. Maggie is also tagging Marie. Maggie is also tagging Monette. So Maggie, thank you again for tagging all of the folks that you know and inviting them to watch the show. I appreciate it. It's awesome. So what we do is we start off the show with what's called the roll call. So it gives us an opportunity to kind of hear the first name of everyone who's listening, and it's kind of like a virtual handshake. I know that kind of sounds corny, but it allows, like I said, everyone to kind of know who's listening. But you can also see in the comments who's listening. Bob says that's Castro Valley football. So the Castro Valley football team, 22, Piedmont 12. They beat Piedmont. Good for the Trojans football, and Kennedy on October 1st, and the A's are winning 1-0. Seattle top of the second. Denise and I kind of had a conversation the other evening about the Tiburcio Vasquez Health Clinic that's over on East 14th. It's next to the old thrift town. And Denise said she was looking for, I believe, another COVID test. And she said they are outstanding on Foothill. So there's another one on Foothill, another Tiburcio Vasquez that I'm not familiar with on Foothill. The one that I went to in San Leandro on East 14th was wonderful. Went there a number of months ago and got my COVID-19 vaccination there quite a few months ago, and their staff was very helpful. The line was, good evening, Michael. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Maggie is also tagging Sylvia. So Tiburcio Vasquez, if you're looking for a test, a COVID test, or if you're looking to get your COVID vaccine or a booster, they are their facilities are wonderful. Their people are super helpful. I was not waiting in line a very long time. The line moved expeditiously. Is expeditiously the $2 word for the night? It could be. I think we've used it numerous times before, but it could be the same one for tonight. I also do a goofy thing where the big words are like $2 words. That's what we've always said in our family. Like if you said something, a wonderful multiple complicated words were $2 words. So expeditiously could be a $2 word, but I don't think it should be the word of the night because it has been used before by myself. So it's just a goofy thing that we do here. I'm explaining the whole show for you in case you've listened to it, and I think that's kind of silly because a lot of the names and the faces that I see in the comments are people who are familiar with the show. But if you're new, a little explanation goes a long way. So we're still in the roll call. If you want to shout out, just post up a comment and I will say hello to you just by using your first name. I won't use your last name out of respect for your privacy and confidentiality, because that's important in these days. Yes, especially in the media. I think I'm just going to pontificate here, and pontificate is kind of a $2 word, but we have used. Okay, our moderator has miscongeniality word of the night expeditiously. Pontificate is a $2 word, but I think we've used that one too. So maybe pontificate could be the miscongeniality, and that's kind of sexist. Miscongeniality. I'm going to pull that, even though it was a movie with Sandra Bullock that I never saw. I hope to not see. I'm just not a fan of Sandra Bullock. But what was I talking about? Train of thought completely derailed. The silly thing that we do. Oh, people's privacy. I think definitely in the media there should be more consideration. Not that there's not enough already. Good evening, Kimberly. We're back at the roll call. Good evening to you, Kimberly. Michael is asking, how are things going in the Castro Valley world? Things are going pretty good. There's some kerfuffle-ish brouhaha happening at the schools with this the TikTok challenge that's happening. It's actually happening across the nation, from what I understand. We'll talk about that later. There were some other things that happened that are associated with the school vandalism, the TikTok thing, and I guess we can. I wanted to bring up some merits and downsides of social media related with that, and we can already probably see the downside with the that school vandalism challenge thing that's happening on TikTok. But we're still kind of floating around in the roll call. If you're listening, just post hello and I'll give you a shout out. If you're not, that's okay too. If you don't want to shout out, if you would rather be private and behind the scenes listening and lurking, that's fine too. Somebody sent some stars. David, thank you for the stars, sir. If you don't know who David is the owner of Daily Dose Plant-Based Health. David is a Castro Valley resident, and it's kind of turning into an ad for Daily Dose, but I think they deserve it because they're invested in the community. They're also invested in what they do at Daily Dose Plant-Based Health. If you wonder what they do at Daily Dose, it's plant-based health products, things that can help you with anxiety, things that can help you with stress, definitely things that will help you sleep, things that are healthy for you. There's wonderful vegan snacks, and I know David is a vegan, so he's got a yes. David says disclaimer: he's not sending me Robert stars for ads. I just want to give a shout out to David because he's a good guy. He's been a great friend for a lot of years. Good evening to Ross, and also Daily Dose is located in the Adobe Center near O'Reilly Auto Parts. So if you're looking for healthy stuff, there's there's good stuff there. Patricia says something that was happening on Wisteria the other night. There were all kinds of cops. I'm sorry, Patricia, I don't have any information on that. I apologize. Denise says, did you see a fire today around 1:30? The answer to that is no, but what I can do is I can check. Let me check PulsePoint. And if you don't have it, PulsePoint is an app that you can get on your phone, and it can tell you all of the Alameda County fire calls. It's super handy. So I'm going to look 1:30-ish for Denise. Let's see, 1:30. Well, I'm at 1:46. I need to move. Denise, there were no fire calls to Alameda County Fire at 1:30. So I'm looking directly at nothing in between 1:20 and 1:35. No fires reported to Alameda County Fire. So also, I'll give you this one more time again because it's super handy. This is, I'm trying to get it in, there you go. You can see it, it's PulsePoint. Just go to your app store, look up PulsePoint, and like I said, it has all of the Alameda County Fire emergency calls here. It's a log. There's also a map, like an interactive map on it that's super handy that will let you know what's going on. And Namone says, thank you, keep up the good work. Our community appreciates the news you bring to us every day. Thank you so much, Namone. I appreciate the compliment, and I appreciate everything that you do to enhance our community with Forrester. I appreciate that a lot. I'm looking through. Good evening, Ross. Thank you for listening to the show. Oh, did I miss Kimberly in the roll call? I hope I didn't. I saw her comment come in, and I hope I didn't diss Kimberly. Good evening, Kimberly. Hope you're doing well. Kimberly, I hope your bowling game is doing good too. Kimberly, all the way through the shelter in place, Kimberly was here every week asking when Castro Village Bowl would reopen, and I love bowling myself too, so it's great for us to get to go bowling again. Hopefully people are still being socially distanced. From what I hear, the whole COVID thing, it seems like, good evening, Rochelle. I want to make sure I don't miss people in the roll call. And it seems like the media is giving us, and I guess it depends on which source media outlets are speaking to at what time, at what day, but it seems like we're getting, and this has been consistent since, at least it's consistent. The consistent of countering information has kind of been kind of a problematic and frustrating. Kimberly's bowling game is good, right on. Someday we need to do like a CV News bowling social at the bowling alley where we can have some food and we can bowl and get to know each other and talk to each other and just kind of hang out. Look for that sometime in the future. I'm a bit of a social hermit, so I honestly like being behind the scenes. Being in front of the camera here was a huge step a bunch of episodes ago, but I think it was definitely needed to enhance the engagement and make the show better and more enjoyable for myself and you guys as all. And our moderator says bowling social, yes, in all caps. So let's plot and plan and scheme that for some time in the future. And Kimberly says she would love that. So let's see how that coalesces. And if that's the $2 word for the night, coalesce. I love that word. So far and few in between does that word come to the top of the gray matter to throw out there. Coalesce. What a beautiful word. Our moderator will find that. And that's the $2 word for the night. Tonight's show was brought to you by the word coalesce, because it's unique. And I'm rambling almost to the Midway Giveaway. If you're not familiar with the show, here we go. If you're not familiar with the show, every midway through the show, every time, well, we try to stay on time. We give away a gift certificate to a local business, and the way that you can win said gift certificate is by being the first person to text in the correct answer to our trivia question. And tonight's gift certificate, I didn't promote it earlier because I figured I'd surprise you guys, but I did share something from this business yesterday that got a lot of attention and a lot of mouths watering and eyes open. Tonight's gift certificate, it doesn't say here, but tonight's gift certificate, I'm gonna let my mouth recover from that mispronunciation. Denise is asking, what is the word of the night? And that is coalesce. That is when things come together. And also you get a silly gesticulation. We can't use just gesticulation. I use that a lot, so it's not even coalesce, spelled, let me see, let me make sure I get it correctly. COALESCE, and for your convenience, edification, and reading pleasure, the definition has been added to the thread thanks to Google and their wonderful services. Kimberly, you must be in my brain because you're asking when are we going to give out our gift certificate to SoCo, and that's probably going to happen next week or the week after, because I'm going to get some gift. My mouth is still not recovered from the last mispronunciation. The key here is to take your time when you're doing this. And I thank you guys for your patience, because I've only done this. Oh man, I think this is our 70. What is this? It's in the description. It's 74th. This is our 74th episode. So I'm still learning how to do this and how to be a better host. And I want to thank you guys again for your patience, because the first few shows were rough. And there were some really critical comments that I deserved, because I wasn't used to doing this. And I was completely like fish out of water, which is why there was no video in the first few shows, first few shows. I think there were like 40 or 50 or maybe even 60 shows that were just audio only. So thank you guys for your patience, because like I said, I'm new to doing this and still kind of, becoming more comfortable. But getting back to what Kimberly said, next week or the week after, you can definitely look for a Southern Comfort gift certificate. We did one before, but we'll definitely do it again. And our moderator says that we hit our stride at show 41. Was that when we went live? Because I'm not remembering. It probably not. I cannot recollect. I'm not remembering. Grammar is important when you do a live show as well. I'm not remembering. I can't recollect. Being self-effacing is also a good thing when you do a show like that. And effacing maybe it's like a 75-cent word. EFFACING means like you're not taking yourself seriously, or kind of making a little poking at yourself. Because I don't take myself seriously. I take this job seriously, and I'm noticing that I'm really bright. I don't think I can adjust the light without it falling. Maybe that's a little bit better. Dennis says, if Ron Owens can do audio only, you can do it as well. Thank you, Dennis. Ron is in the Broadcasting Hall of Fame. Ron is legit. Ron Owens is legit. He's been in the game a long time, and I used to listen to Ron Owens a lot too. He's a great show. He's a great host. He's interviewed a lot of people. He is pretty legendary. So Kimberly, thank you for the question. We will definitely have SoCo gift certificates coming up within the next 2 weeks. I'll surprise you on that with that one. And also want to give a shout out to the folks at Southern Comfort, the Brill family. They're awesome folks. They're local folks. If you haven't tried Southern Comfort, you're missing out. There's a lot of people, we've covered this before, there's a lot of people who have this assertion that there's no good food in Castro Valley, which is incorrect. We've got Southern Comfort Kitchen is awesome. We've got Luke Deli, amazing. We have Aroma Cuisine, delicious. We've got, oh man, I'm gonna forget people, and I'm gonna end up kicking myself later for forgetting wonderful places to eat. Oh, the Taqueria at the Supermercado across from Trader Joe's. If you've never tried that, I don't know what's going on. Denise, Ron Owens is still alive. He is doing, he does like a half-hour thing every day on KGO, but he's kind of for the most part retired. Michael is asking, when will I do the question about the Raiders Villa locker room in the village? I will ask that sometime soon. And with that said, we're like really close to the Midway Giveaway. I never told you where it was. It doesn't say on here, but the $20 gift certificate. Too much. The $20 gift certificate tonight will be to Rudy's Donuts. So think about that. Think about that. Think about that deliciousness in Castro Valley. You know, JP's is good food. Norman's Grill is good food. I know a lot of people just keep saying that there's no good food in Castro Valley. There's great food. There's a lot of fast food, and we've talked about that quite a few times. We've had Chet on the show, and we've talked about fast food. We even had Chef Igor on the show talking about fast food. And kind of the consensus is fast food is here because people here spend their money on it. Fast food would not come here if people didn't spend their money on it. And, you know, places like Chick-fil-A want to come here because Castro Valley spends a lot of their money on fast food. And it's been that way for a while. We've got more than our share of fast food because Castro Valley supports it. It would be great if Castro Valley would take a pause. I know it's convenient. It's there when you don't want to cook, and it's cheap. And what else? I don't eat fast food, so I can't really sing its praises that much. But Castro Valley does have great places to eat. Elda says, "Good evening, Elda. Faux play." Top tie. There you go. Michael says he loves Rudy's Donuts and missed them. Guys, set aside a little bit of cash and check out Southern Comfort Kitchen. Legit Louisiana cuisine. These guys are from New Orleans. They know their stuff. Aroma Cuisine. I know people may be like wary of trying Indian food. It's awesome. Talk to the owners. Talk to the folks who are there. They'll help you navigate whatever flavors you may be comfortable with, whatever flavors you may not be comfortable with. Check them out. Nick the Greek is for the most part kind of a chain, but they are locally owned. Nick the Greek is. I hear everyone talking about Nick the Greek like crazy. Wen's Cafe, shout out to Philip and his staff and his wonderful food at Wen's Cafe. We've got great food here. We've got great food here in Castro Valley, and I completely derailed the conversation because we're talking about food. But with that said, we're coming to the Midway Giveaway, and this is where we have a trivia question, Castro Valley trivia question, and the first person to text the correct answer to 510-331-9112 gets the $20 gift certificate to Rudy's Donuts. Jill says, what happened to Rudy's Donuts? You said you missed them. Jill, Rudy's Donuts is still open. There was someone who moved a transplant from Castro Valley to a different location in California. He said he misses Rudy's Donuts. So Jill, Rudy's Donuts is still alive and kicking and still delicious, and the people there are still wonderful and sweet, and so are the donuts. So one more time, Jill, because I don't want anyone to think that Rudy's closed. Rudy's is still open. It's still family owned. It's still Rudy's daughter, and I can't for the life of me think of her name right now, but they're super nice and super personable. So again, yes, Michael says he misses Rudy's Donuts because he moved away. But Rudy's Donuts, still open, still delicious, still nice people, still kind of that, it's kind of that go-to morning place in Castro Valley. Next to whichever independent coffee house you choose, and we have wonderful coffee houses here, wonderful independent coffee houses here. We're lucky to have quite a few independent coffee houses here. We have our chains here as well. Chain coffee houses are definitely, yes, Jill says Gina. Yes, that's her name. Thank you. So without any more ado, and there's a lot of ado on this show. There's a lot of verbal ado on this show. I want to let you know before we get to the Midway giveaway, but I'm going to give you the kind of the rules. So the first person who texts the correct answer to the trivia question to phone number 510-331-9112, give you that one more time because I talk fast, 510-331-9112. The winner who texts in the correct answer first wins a $20 gift certificate to Rudy's Donuts. But first, I would like to thank tonight's sponsor, and that is Forester.org. And it's important to note that your Forester.org friends have just launched a GoFundMe in order to expand upon their good work locally and to bring a broader awareness to issues of litter abatement, reforestation, and climate change. They would love your support, sharing or pledging to their GoFundMe page. And please, if you're inclined, share it through your social media circles. Donations are welcome, but of course, sharing is caring. Learn more at www.gofundme. Oh, there's numbers here. We just shared the GoFundMe. Our moderator just shared the GoFundMe information on Forester.org and also information on their GoFundMe page. Because if I were to give you the link to the GoFundMe page verbally, it's not going to work out so well, but I will try. So it's / GoFund me /977F lowercase a 77 lowercase e. And I told you that was difficult to say and it's going to be difficult to remember, but our wonderful, delightful, wise, learned, helpful moderator just shared that for you. If you don't know who Forester are, they are a local nonprofit whose goal is to clean and reforest Castro Valley. They're the folks that you probably see at the freeway on and off ramps with the yellow reflective, orange reflective vests and hard hats, and they are picking up tons and tons and tons, not tons, but lots of bags. Tons is an exaggeration. Lots of bags of garbage. They're wonderful, nonprofit, volunteer-driven people who just want to beautify Castro Valley they have projects where they are looking to replant trees and, of course, beautify areas in Castro Valley that need beautification. Good evening, Karen. Hope you're doing well. So yes, Forester.org. You can just pull up their website and see all of the wonderful things that they're doing in communities. 400 bags of litter this year alone, Forester. 400 bags. It could technically be a ton, but I don't want to be misleading and untruthful with you guys. So yes, Forester.org. That is spelled FORESTR.org. Thank you guys for sponsoring tonight's Midway giveaway. And without any further blather on my part, one more time, the rule is the first person to text the correct answer to 510-331-9112 wins the $20 gift certificate to Rudy's Donuts. So the question tonight is, this is a good one. You ready? Where in Castro Valley was our short-lived Noah's Bagels located at? And you can give me the street address, or you can give me the cross street. Actually, the street address is going to be helpful, or let me know what business is there now, because there is a business in that location now. So tonight's question is, and the first person to text 510-331-9112 wins the $20 gift certificate to Rudy's Donuts. Where in Castro Valley was the Noah's Bagels located at? And this was quite a few years ago. So give me the street address or the corner where it's at and the cross street, either or let me know which business is there now, and I can sense. Ah, someone just won it. Someone won right off the bat. Let me text this person back. So I will give you the street address, and I'll give you the kind of geographic location where it's at. Oops, my text stuff is going wild. Okay, we have a winner. Oops. Hang on, guys. So we have a winner. So, yes, Noah's Bagels was located at, I'll give you the street address. It was 3365 Castro Valley Boulevard near Wilbeam, and actually it's a credit union now. It's First United Credit Union. So yes, Castro Valley had Noah's Bagels. And a lot of people are guessing Castro Valley Village. That is not correct. Across from the village, kind of catty corner, but the correct location was 3365 Castro Valley Boulevard. Cross street is Wilbeam, and it is First United Credit Union is there now. Noah's Bagels was in Castro Valley, and they were good. Oh boy, were they good! They were good bagels. Of course, we now have we continue to have Posh Bagel. We have New York Bagel, and oh, congratulations, Joan! Right on. So Joan won the $20 gift certificate to Rudy's Donuts, and Rudy's, that's upside down. Rudy's Donuts is still open, still alive, still kicking, still delicious. Someone just guessed Redwood Road. That is not correct, but thank you for guessing. I'm gonna go into, yes, congratulations, Joan. You are awesome. You are the winner, and enjoy. Those Rudy's Donuts, they are great. They never disappoint. They never disappoint. We did this was quite some time ago. We did a restaurant review at Rudy's Donuts where Chef Igor, shout out to Chef Igor, brother, if you're out there, I have nothing but love for you, Igor. Please come back whenever you're comfortable, whenever you're ready, and grace us and gift us with your presence in all that is cooking and culinary and flavors. But getting to the point, I just wanted to spread some love to Igor, because Igor's an awesome guy. But Igor did a wonderful restaurant review, kind of savory, tasty review at Rudy's Donuts, and it's wonderful. Moderator, please go to YouTube and find the link to the Rudy's Donuts review that Chef Igor did. It's a wonderful one, and I loved every review that Igor does, because his background is so enriched and enhanced by the culinary education that he has. He knows history of foods. He went into so much detail when it comes to donuts. I was just sitting there filming him during the review, and I learned so much about donuts, and his review was amazing in just describing the flakiness and the flavors and the tastes that he was experiencing. So, whoa, Igor is in the house. Right on. Igor, anytime you want to do a review, or if you want to do a cooking show, Igor, you know how to reach me, sir. I'm saying this with my serious heart. I love you, Igor. You're an awesome guy. You have enhanced and improved Castro Valley News so much in so many ways with your love for food and your passion for food and your love for Castro Valley and your love for sharing your knowledge and your just everything that you know about food. Igor, you have made Castro Valley News go from here to you can't even see on the camera where we're at now because of what you bring to the table. I'll say it again, Igor, I love you, brother. Anytime you want to come back, I know I flaked a couple times in the past when we were going to set something up, but message me and we will make it happen. And please, yes. And our moderator just shared the wonderful review that Igor did at Rudy's. It's amazing. And thank you, Igor. Igor said absolutely we have more to come. I love it. Whenever your schedule permits, I'll be there. You let me know where you want to go and what you want to do, and we'll get the magic that is you on camera. And I know this sounds super sugar coated and like I'm really kissing up to Igor, but all you need to do is watch a couple of Igor's wonderful reviews or some of the cooking shows that we did with Igor. He's awesome. He belongs on the Food Network. And with that said, Igor, thank you for all of your time that you've given Castro Valley News and the community, and come back anytime. Anytime. You are free. I will shift my schedule to make it happen. Thank you again, Igor. I do. I appreciate you so much. There are a couple other things I wanted to let you know about. Let me pull these up on the computer here. So, the Castro Valley Girls Wrestling Community Yard Sale will be Saturday. Let me make sure I'm getting that right. I want to check the calendar. Yes, Saturday. Thank you for your patience, guys. I wanted to make sure I gave you the right information here. So Saturday, September 25th, at the Castro Valley High Redwood parking lot, there will be a fundraiser for the Castro Valley Girls Wrestling community. It will be a community yard sale. So you can come support Castro Valley Girls Wrestling with their community yard sale. Every item sold, money from every item sold will go to their upcoming season. They accept cash, check donations as well. However, for the yard sale, they are requesting that you bring cash only for your purchases. And Coach Sabrina has let me know that they will have 6 to 7 tables with various items ranging from furniture, books, baked goods made by the girls themselves on the wrestling team. There will be entertainment items and much, much more. So, and they are also currently receiving more donated items today. So, and I'm gonna give you like a testimonial. I have been to some of the Castro Valley Girls Wrestling community yard sales before. They have good stuff. There's good stuff there, and the prices are amazing. Yes, so I'm giving you some inside info. If you're free Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., definitely make your way to Castro Valley High, the Redwood Road parking lot, and it will be the Castro Valley Girls Wrestling Community Yard Sale. And like I said, I love rummage sales. I love finding things on the side of the road. Like I said, I've been to the yard sale before, and they have good stuff, good prices. And I've seen people that I know. You know how Castro Valley works. You go to Safeway and you see like 3 or 4 people that you know. It's always cool. Wear a mask. I hope I don't get blowback from that, but definitely, I will probably be there at some point Saturday to check out the wonderful things that they have on sale at the rummage sale. And also, let me give you one more thing, kind of doing a community calendar type situation here. I also want to let you know that the wonderful folks at the Castro Valley, California Highway Patrol will be doing a Coffee with a Cop event at Frodo Joe's in San Lorenzo. and that is going to be this Friday, September 24th, from 7:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. So there will be, and I'm giving you the information from their flyer. There is no agenda for this, no speeches, no PowerPoint presentations, just coffee and a chance to ask questions, voice concerns, and get to know the officers in your community. And I know it might seem weird that the Castro Valley CHP is mentioning something happening in San Lorenzo. The Castro Valley CHP covers areas of San Lorenzo as well. And I think it's one of the things that they do to reach other communities, to have some of their events outside of Castro Valley. I know historically Castro Valley CHP have held these events at Three Cross Church. I think they've also done it at Pete's. They are doing it this Friday, September 24th, 7:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. at Frodo Joe's Coffee and Tea. The address for that I know because I worked there a million years ago. No, it wasn't a million. It was many years ago. I worked at Frodo Joe's. The address there is 17665 Hesperian Boulevard, San Lorenzo. You don't need the zip code because you're not sending them a letter. You're just going there. Frodo Joe's, one more time, 17665 Hesperian Boulevard. That's in San Lorenzo. And again, that is Coffee with the Cop, September 24th, 2021. If you have questions, concerns, things on your mind that you want to ask a CHP officer, this is your opportunity to do so. That's off the list. One more friendly type thing that I wanted to mention to you guys is, and also I need to give a shout out to Tanya, because she commented, Igor says, thank you for the compliments. I cook and I teach because food is a little gift that is ephemeral. It's a personal moment made for one person only, then it's gone forever. And that's another thing that I love about Igor is in his reviews and in the conversations that I've had with him, he's always thought of and related food to being more than just sustenance. There are flavors that become memories, which is completely true. There are times where I'll have a good stale cup of coffee. Like I'll have some coffee that's been sitting around for a while, that's been cold, and I'll be transported back to sneaking a sip from my mom, or sneaking a sip of coffee from my mom or my dad's cup. So definitely food is a memory maker, and that's one of the interesting things that Igor has brought up, that it's definitely there's a lot of memories and a lot of sentiment attached to certain foods. So I'm just giving Igor another virtual hug, because he's made me think about food a lot more in different perspectives and in different ways. So with that said, where was I going now? Oh, because Tanya, who's at the A's game, commented, and I wanted to give Tanya a shout out. If you're not familiar with the community cupboard on Forest Avenue, I would like to remind you, and I think we do that every week here. The community cupboard on Forest Avenue is amazing. It's a wonderful resource that we have in our town. Tanya basically does this all herself, and it's not just a cupboard for canned foods and top ramen and stuff like that. There's a refrigerator there that was donated from someone on the Castro Valley News page. The community cupboard on Forest Avenue is amazing. It's remarkable. It is a wonderful resource here in our town, and I think Tanya deserves a lot of tips of the cap. And I'm going to do it one more time, but I'm going to give you a different perspective of something new that it has kind of popped up at the community cupboard. There is a kindness rock garden that is at the community cupboard, and we shared a picture of this earlier today. It's basically like a little half wine barrel thing, and we also have a group in Castro Valley that it's called Castro Valley Rocks, and for years they have painted rocks and left them in locations in Castro Valley to the whimsy and enchantment of other people. I found a few of them. They're really cool. but kind of similar to Castro Valley Rocks at the community cupboard. It's called the Kindness Rock Garden, where I only saw one painted rock. So myself and someone amazing and artistic and wonderful, we invested some time and we painted quite a few rocks. We spent quite a bit of time painting some rocks, and I believe that they were delivered to Tanya at the Kindness Rock Garden that is at the community cupboard. They are there now. However, if you would like to paint a rock and bring it to the Kindness Rock Garden at the community cupboard, you are more than welcome to. You are also more than welcome to grab a rock or go peruse the rocks that are there. Some of them may have been painted by me and my wonderful, amazing, creative, beautiful friend. So, yes, don't take them all, please, but take one that maybe you like the most. And also, if you feel inclined, decorate I think they're river rocks are the best ones to paint or decorate. You can also do something with the Sharpie on there. If you feel inclined, put a sticker on it. But I wanted to let you know that the Kindness Rock Garden did not have rocks uh, yesterday, but there will be rocks there today. And hopefully there will be more rocks there tomorrow. So the Castro Valley Community Cupboard is located. I'm going to give the address because Tanya doesn't mind. It's 20330 Forest Avenue. And also, if you feel inclined and you want to clear out your cupboard or clear out your refrigerator and or freezer of perishable items, the freezer at the community cupboard is light. There were things in there, but they can also always use perishable items that go in the refrigerator or freezer. Please, this is an awesome resource for people who may be in need. The food there is free. Basically, Tanya is the hub. Her house and that cupboard kind of is the hub where people bring things to donate. People in need can take items. It's wonderful, especially during the pandemic. It was extremely useful and handy for a lot of people who were food insecure. That's the term, people who didn't have money for food. So community cupboard is 20330 Forest Avenue. And also definitely perishable items are needed. There's a donation box at the front door. Tanya would prefer that you bring the donations to the front door first so she can sort them out so all of the items aren't taken all at once. And also definitely check out the Kindness Rock Garden where some of our creations will be. And there's some of them that are really cool, some of them that are really fun, and it was just fun to paint them. It was a wonderful evening to sit and paint. Not sit, I was standing to paint some rocks here in for the community cupboard. And also, I don't want to sound like I'm leaning more towards the community cupboard. There's also, like I said, Castro Valley Rocks. They have a Facebook page. It's started by another great person here in Castro Valley. Shout out to Kathy, who started Castro Valley Rocks. They do have a website. I'm going to request that our moderator find that website to share Castro Valley Rocks if you would like to do that too. There's a lot of the rocks that they paint that are on that Facebook page, and it's really a robust group of locals who have done that for quite a few years now. So there you go. The last thing, which is good because this is kind of a funky topic that I wanted to bring up, is that TikTok thing where the kids are kind of spreading the challenge of destroying property at schools. And unfortunately, last week, from what I understand, three of the schools in Castro Valley were victim to this challenge that's spreading on TikTok. And I'm not going to give you the name of what it is. You can look it up. You can look up the TikTok thing and find out what the name is. But it sounds like Creekside, Canyon, and Castro Valley High Their bathrooms were vandalized, things were removed and destroyed. Um, it's not productive. It's not cool. But I'm gonna give you full disclosure, and I don't want to, because if I didn't, I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite either way. When I was younger, there was some school property that was destroyed by me. I just want to be honest. I don't want to it's hypocritical to to say it's stupid and not give you that full disclosure. But it was nothing as organized or spread like this, and it wasn't to the extreme that some of these things are. It sounds like toilets are really being clogged. I've done that. A lot of graffiti on walls of bathroom. Unfortunately, I did that too. But it's sounding like a lot of paper towel dispensers are being removed and destroyed. One of the messages that came from one of the parents at the principal at Creekside said, if your student comes home with a soap dispenser, this isn't an accident. If students know who is responsible, it needs to be reported. I never did things like that. Um, at Creekside, specifically, in just a few short days, we have had thousands of dollars of damage and access to bathrooms restricted because they're simply not usable. I never did thousands of dollars of damage. There was someone sent me something that was on a different Castro Valley page saying that if parents talk to you about how bad damaging school property is, ask them about doing these things, like cutting down football posts, just basic, just releasing goats in the hallways, kind of promoting this activity and saying, and parents, y'all better get your memories checked. I do have issue with that, because just because I did something doesn't mean that my kids should do it or other kids should do it. I don't think good parents or good adults or good community members sit and say, well, I did it, why shouldn't you, or why should I say for you not to do it? I think us as adults, it behooves us. Behoove is not the $2 word. I think it is our duty and responsibility and mature thing to do to not encourage that sort of stuff. Can we stop it? No, I don't think so. There were some people who were commenting that perhaps if the SROs were still at the campuses, would this activity happen? Likely not, because I'm not going to say you, I'm saying it would be very inappropriate for SROs to go into bathrooms with students. So I don't think that's really a valid argument. I hear it, I understand it, I get it. It's unfortunate that it's happening, and it's really unfortunate that it's really spreading so wide through TikTok. And I mentioned earlier in the show that we were going to kind of touch on the pros and cons of social media. I think a pro is a pro, not a con, is that we get to do this show and we get to talk to each other as neighbors and as community members. The con is things like this happen. So that's a downside to social media. Another downside to social media is there's a lot of misinformation that seems to go around, and but some of the pros are fake pages like ours. We end up reuniting lost pets to their owners, things like that. With that said, we are really close to the end of the show, and I didn't want to sit here and kind of lambaste people for whatever they want to post in regards to things that they've done, and maybe saying that that because they did these things that they shouldn't tell their kids to not do the same things. I think good humans learn from their mistakes. Looking back at some of the dumb things that I did in high school, and like I mentioned, I unfortunately did do some destruction of property. If I could go back and do it again, I probably wouldn't. Because I mean, like I said, I wanted to be honest with you guys, but it's a little bit embarrassing that I did some of those things. Um, but right, Bob says then there was the senior class prank driving a car in the pool. Correct. That was also mentioned. There was a VW bug. One year was driven into the pool at Castro Valley High. Um, I think I'm gonna I'm still a kid at heart, so I think some pranks are okay, but when you're seriously damaging property, and there's like a super, there's a cash value to these pranks. I think people should pause and think about the ramifications of their actions. And like I said, with that said, I did some stupid mischief myself. So we've all been kids, but when we become adults, I don't I don't think it's responsible to advocate other kids, their kids or children, to do those things. But I don't want to I don't want to dwell on this too much because I think there's national stories about this TikTok challenge that's happening across the Bay Area. It's here in Castro Valley. There were quite a few incidents that I heard happen in Hayward as well. Julie is asking, teens just trying to be cool, did they video them for TikTok? I understand there were some photos that I think happened in Castro Valley. I think some of them have been removed, but yeah, it's TikTok is good. Social media is good. There's a lot of good things. There's also some bad things as well. It's that balance of life, and I just wanted to mention that. And thank goodness there wasn't a lot of time to spend to spend on that topic because I think we're all familiar with what's happening with it, and hopefully the school district can get aligned with the sheriffs and get some of the information to them, and hopefully maybe some of these kids can some of the kids that have done this, hopefully maybe there might be some ramifications or something to this to the action, because from what a lot of the messages said from the principals, there's been some significant damage to some of the school site restrooms. With that said, we are here. Whoa, that's an hour already. So if you have a comment, complaint, confession, 510-331-9112 is the number. Randall says if folks are destroying their own restrooms, it will make it not easy to do number two. There you go. The kids are probably going to not be able to use the restroom because they've been damaged. So that's a huge problem. And there were some people who actually, I wanted to bring this up in regards to the TikTok challenge. And I know like Castro Valley News is small potatoes when it comes to, the grand scheme of the media in the United States, but why not start a TikTok challenge being nice to kids that have been or are being bullied at schools? And I was not bullied. I've been in situations where I stood up for some people who were bullied, but why not think of something that might be positive? And it's still a challenge to go against the norm of when kids are bullied. And there's a little swimmy gesticulation for you that's silly because this is a serious topic. Bullying is serious. I know a couple of people who were bullied to the point where law enforcement had to be involved. It was that extreme. So here's a TikTok challenge. Be nice to the student on your campus or in your class that is being bullied by others and videotape it. Here's me confronting these bullies with this other person who's being bullied, and I'm being nice to this person, and I'm telling these people why, or questioning these people who are bullying these kids, or just doing a good deed. How about a good deed challenge? But I think that bullying thing, because it's related to schools, not that every kid is a bully, or that bullying happens in every classroom, but it happens at schools, and it can really mess someone up being bullied. So here's the anti-bully challenge. Carry it. I'm not a kid, so I can't. I'm not in a school, so I can't start it. But there's got to be a parent, or hopefully maybe a student listening. Start the non-bully challenge, and let's see where that goes. Or how about a TikTok challenge where someone says something that is racist or sexist, and they step up to this person and say, "That's not right. Please don't say that." Here's the non-sexist, non-racist TikTok challenge. Do that. I don't know. That's just my thought, and I'm going to step off my soapbox and end the show. You guys are awesome. Thank you for your patience. And Igor's going to make me cry here. Igor was bullied for his sexual orientation, and he got into a lot of fights. And he says, "Why do we need to fight?" And thank you, Igor, for ending the show on a perfect point. We're all the same. So somebody just threw us some stars, and I want to thank that person. Thank you, David, for another 100 stars. You are awesome. Igor, I love you, brother. Let's get together and make some good stuff happen. If nothing else, let's just have coffee and catch up. Hey, guys, you are awesome. I am Roberto. This is Castro Valley News Live. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m., we do the thing where we talk about things that are happening in our town, things that are on our mind, in the news headlines. You guys are awesome. Be good to each other. And as always, when the going gets weird, the weird turn pro.